terrific restaurants. When you talk about travel, the Sunshine State really knows a lot about travel. When you talk about hosting IPW, now Orlando knows how to host IPW. We've been in Orlando several times, most recently 2010. And the thing that I marvel about with Orlando is every time you go to Orlando, there's a new Orlando. A new attraction, a new series of restaurants, a new mall, a new something, new innovations. It just keeps changing. It's never changed city. So when we go next year to Orlando hosting 2015, we're going to see a new Orlando. And to tell you all the new things in Orlando is my very, very good friend for a long time, the president and CEO of Visit Orlando, George Aguel. George, please come on up here.
Great. Thank you, Roger, and welcome, everyone. Great to see you here. Well, we've got a packed crowd. Come on in. And Roger, thank you, by the way, to you and your team for the great job you do. This has been a great IPW, and we know it's going to be fantastic next year. So thanks for the great support you give our team all the time. Really appreciate it very much. So we're, of course, as Roger said, really looking forward as a community to having IPW with us in June of 2015. But over the next 20 minutes, what I plan to do is outline what's in store for all of you and the attendees of IPW when you get there next year, by giving you an update on a lot of stuff going on in Orlando. Throughout this presentation, what I'm going to do is call on a little help from my friends at the most popular theme parks in the world, and then I have some pretty exciting news to share with all of you at the very end, so you may want to stick around to then. So last year at IPW, we talked about Orlando experiencing one of the most significant expansion periods in the destination's history. That building boom actually continues this year, and by the time IPW returns to Orlando next June, which is 5 years since the last time, as Roger told you, back in 2010, really all the attendees at this conference will find that it's evolved significantly. Now, as the case with most international visitors, the Orlando experience, as we know, has to begin at the Orlando International Airport, which ranks, by the way, as the 9th busiest port of entry to the United States for overseas arrivals. Thanks in part to the increased service to Orlando from countries such as UK, Brazil, Canada, and Scandinavia, as well as a lot of our destination's strong global and marketing and sales efforts. 2013, if you remember, was a record year for Orlando in terms of passengers, with more than 3.9 million travelers, which was representing a 4.5% increase over 2012. Of course, international visitors are very important to Orlando, which is why we're planning a major focus on enhancing the arrival experience at OIA. Orlando was actually the first destination in the United States to use biometric self-service kiosks for overseas visa waiver arrivals, which allow these passengers to complete their custom declaration form on touchscreen machines, and this completes all of their requirements and transmits them instantly to customs. Now, this program requires no pre-registration process or fee, so it's that convenient for international visitors. Now, in addition, our Florida Governor, Rick Scott, recently announced that the state of Florida will be contributing over $200 million toward the development of an intermodal transportation facility to serve rail passengers arriving at Orlando International Airport. This is going to position Orlando among the first destinations with an on-airport intermodal facilities in the U.S. and the first in Florida with the capacity to conveniently support air travel, ground transportation, and rail all together. All this construction will be done in 2017. Now, it's important, by the way, because we also have the first privately owned, operated, and maintained rail passenger system in the United States, which is set to launch next year. It's going to connect Miami to Orlando. And the service will provide international visitors with another very convenient and cost-efficient and fast transportation experience to Orlando aboard a real state-of-the-art high-speed trains. We're excited about that combination, as you can tell. And this is an approximately $1 billion project, and it's going to operate on a regular schedule throughout each day. So, speaking of trains, Orlando visitors will also soon be able to make their way to Platform 9 3/4 and the Hogwarts Express when the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley, opens this summer at Universal Orlando Resort. To see a more in-depth view of the details that were released yesterday, live on the scene, I'm going to introduce to you, again, if you were here yesterday, President and Chief Operating Officer, our good friend, Bill Davis.
Thank you, George. 2014 will be an exciting year here at Universal Orlando Resort as we bring all sorts of new, amazing attractions to our guests. From our two theme parks, Universal Studios Florida and Universal's Islands of Adventure, to our on-site hotels, to our nighttime entertainment complex, City Walk, and of course we can't forget about our water park, Wet n Wild. We're creating great new guest experiences across our entire destination. Let's start with what's happened since 2010. If you remember, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade opened that year at Universal's Islands of Adventure and brought the stories of Harry Potter to life in a way that only Universal could do. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter Diagon Alley will open this summer and double the size of the Harry Potter experience for our guests. For the first time ever, guests will be able to board the iconic Hogwarts Express and enjoy a journey just like Harry Potter and friends did in the books and films. They'll also be able to navigate the vaults of Gringotts in a groundbreaking new multi-dimensional thrill ride, Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. Discover the darker side of magic in Nocturne Alley. Explore some of Diagon Alley's famous shops. They'll enjoy traditional British fare at the Leaky Cauldron and so much more. Just a few days ago, our fourth on-site hotel, the fabulous new Cabana Bay Beach Resort, opened its doors and welcomed its first guests. And they're telling us that they absolutely are in love with this new property. This vibrant new hotel features a bold design that evokes the classic retro feel of iconic beach resorts from the 1950s and 60s. Guests can choose a value-priced standard guest room or moderately priced family suite that sleeps up to 6 guests. Guests will also enjoy a variety of amenities, including a themed lazy river experience and my personal favorite, a 10-lane bowling alley. Our nighttime entertainment complex, Universal City Walk, is also undergoing an historic transformation. Right behind me here is Antito's authentic Mexican food. It is one of the 8 new venues here at Universal City Walk that we are adding this year. The new venues include Hot Dog Hall of Fame, Cowfish, an innovative and trend-setting concept out of Charlotte, North Carolina, with a signature dish called Pergushi, Vivo Italian Kitchen concept, and the Red Oven Pizza Bakery. Some of these new venues are already open, while others will open throughout the summer of 2014. Wet n Wild, Orlando's premier water park, with more rides and more multi-person thrill rides than any other water park in Central Florida. And this summer, we're getting ready to open our latest attraction, the Aqua Drag Racer, which will be Florida's tallest and fastest water-based racing attraction of its kind. This new attraction will be 6 stories tall and propel guests through 4 lanes of head-to-head competition at 15 feet per second before splashing them across the finish line. It will be the wettest and wildest high-speed drag race ever. As you can see, we continue to create new and special ways for our guests and their families to experience the time of their lives together. And next year, it will be your turn to come and experience all we have to offer at Universal Orlando Resort. Minions, assemble! Come on in here, guys. We're looking forward to seeing all of you next year during IPW 2015. Thank you.
Wasn't that great? I know many of you saw Bill in person yesterday. He had to split his time, of course, for Universal Parks and Resorts in California. So we at Visit Orlando wanted to make sure he had some extra time and you could see him actually on site, on property, as he talked about some of those great expansions and additions at Universal Studios Orlando. So while Orlando is widely known as the theme park capital of the world, it also actually rivals most cities when it comes to the quality and variety of retail, dining, and entertainment that we offer even outside the theme parks. There are plenty of neighborhood shops throughout the destination's residential areas. However, what separates Orlando's shopping scene from other destinations where outlet malls are located far from the city center is that a day's worth of great shopping lies right in the heart of the tourism district, all within about 15 minutes of each other. Now, this includes our area's most upscale mall, which also happens to be one of the most successful shopping centers in the world. We also have Central Florida's largest mall and 3 gigantic outlet centers, all very convenient to our tourist corridor. So that we believe there's literally something for everyone when it comes to the type of shopper you are and even the kind of budget that you might have when you come to Orlando. The other side of Orlando that isn't often talked about is the culinary, the food and beverage side. We recently hosted this year's 2014 James Beard Semifinalist Awards. Now, this is the Academy Awards of the food world in the United States. And Orlando is really being recognized as a dining destination on a national level in our country. For the last 2 years, in fact, Orlando has led all of Florida as the city with the most James Beard nominated chefs. We have some very passionate chefs in our community who are leading what we call a farm-to-table movement, creating a very significant independent restaurant scene. And they're sourcing local and organic ingredients that showcase what we think are the benefits of Florida's 4 growing seasons and the great proximity to a lot of abundant fresh fish and seafood sources. Later this year, we're also looking forward to an addition to the Orlando skyline that will gather some of Orlando's best retail, dining, and entertainment all in one place again. It's a $200 million development that will feature a 425-foot tall observation wheel named the Orlando Eye and 2 well-known Merlin entertainment attractions to go along with all the other shopping and entertainment you'll see there. So now let me move on to another main reason why folks love to come to our community. This is an Orlando icon that opened more than 40 years ago in Orlando, and it is celebrating its company's 50th anniversary, and that would be SeaWorld. This Orlando theme park has long enabled its guests to celebrate and connect with the care of the natural world that we share. So to hear more about what's new and coming up next at his park is our friend Terry Prather, who's president of SeaWorld Orlando.
Hello, Chicago. Hope you're having a wonderful IPW experience. I wish I could be there with you. We're expecting a low today of 84. It's my honor right now to share with you what you have in store as you visit SeaWorld Parks and Resorts Orlando. SeaWorld Parks and Resorts now offers 7 official on-site hotels and 17 partner hotels, all within a couple of miles of our 3 SeaWorld parks. Staying at an official on-site hotel means amazing benefits, exclusive early entry, and discounts on food and merchandise at our parks. At each hotel, visitors can get insider park tips from concierge, plus enjoy resort amenities offered by our partners. And when it's time to hit the parks, simply hop on a SeaWorld shuttle and be there in no time. At SeaWorld Orlando, there's a whole sea of surprises in store for you. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary. All year long, our park will be bubbling over with entertainment, prizes, and unexpected animal encounters. And at night, we're unveiling a new Shamu show, followed by an awesome fireworks finale. Our newest attraction, Antarctica, Empire of the Penguin, is still earning rave reviews for its amazing journey to the South Pole, and the up-close penguin experience is really cool. Turtle Trek, our 3D, 360-degree journey under the sea, is sure to get everyone out of their shell. At SeaWorld, it's been a voyage 50 years in the making, and we're going to make our biggest waves ever. Our newest attraction in Orlando is Dropping at Aquatica, SeaWorld's water park, on May 9th. Get ready to brave the tallest, steepest, and only multi-drop power slide of its kind in Orlando. At nearly 80 feet tall, Ehu's Breakaway Falls is where you'll face your fears and each other. As you watch each other fall, one by one, you'll feel the anticipation. Who's going to break away first? The Discovery Cove continues to be a place beyond words. This all-inclusive destination offers everything from swimming with dolphins to lounging in our freshwater oasis. Our latest innovation at Discovery Cove is Sea Venture, an underwater walking tour you experience while wearing a dive helmet. Come have that once-in-a-lifetime experience at Discovery Cove. As you can see, we're continuing to make waves here at SeaWorld Parks and Resorts Orlando. I can't wait to share it with you next year here in Orlando at IPW. See you then.
Wow, that was great. That water drop sounds interesting. Feel like a giant wedgie. I mean, you imagine that thing going straight down. Well, that's exciting, though. It's exciting. Well, that was a great job Terry did. So much wonderful things going on at SeaWorld. So we're so happy to share that with you. Now, another characteristic of Orlando is the ability to evolve, as I said earlier. This is something we just have to do constantly. And one area, actually, where that's also showing up visibly is in our town, in the city of Orlando. We don't often maybe talk enough about that. But Orlando has probably the best arena in the country, and the Amway Center, which was really designed to reflect the character of our community. And of course we have Major League Sports in that facility, used for all kinds of entertainment. A lot of groups do special events there, and it's just a facility worth seeing. 20,000 seats, and does all kinds of shows and family entertainment across the year as well. It was also recently recognized internationally with the 2013 Customer Experience Award for Exceptional Guest Experience. So that's one thing that's a trademark, is the hospitality that they offer you. And next, on the same part of our skyline, we're going to open up the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts. This is almost a $500 million real state-of-the-art facility that's going to be home to not only our residential arts groups, but a lot of the major Broadway touring shows. Literally, this facility will be unprecedented as to what's been done to make it state-of-the-art and top drawer. And along with the Performing Arts Center and its education and entertainment venues, there actually will be a 2-block site which will also include more new restaurants, shops, and other public spaces that's just going to further enhance the whole downtown experience. And we find a lot of our international guests, when they come to Orlando, like to know, what's the city like? Let me move on and take a look and see. So now we have even more for them to offer them. We also have a fantastic sports stadium, the 70,000-seat Citrus Bowl. It's hosted the World Cup in the past, soccer games, as well as everything, concerts like the Rolling Stones, but really over 80% of this facility is going to be different. It's under construction right now, and we anticipate more national, international championship events when this facility is also completed. But in the meantime, while doing all this, we're also working on a new 18,000-seat Major League Soccer stadium. So we will have Major League Soccer in Orlando starting next year when we have our expansion team opening. And this is going to bring a fantastic amount of interest from a lot of our international audiences, as we have the opportunity to bring a lot of international soccer teams to come to this facility as well. Now, for many international visitors, Disney has been an icon for Orlando for a long time. After all, it was Walt Disney's decision to build his namesake resort in the middle of Central Florida, and we know how much it's been growing ever since. A lot. Now, here to show you what's happening at the happiest place on earth is Walt Disney World's resort president and very good friend, George Kalogridis. George, love that name, by the way.
I'm standing here in New Fantasyland in Be Our Guest restaurant, an amazing dining experience themed around the Disney animated classic, Beauty and the Beast. And on behalf of the nearly 70,000 Disney cast members here in Central Florida, allow me to say that we can't wait to welcome IPW to Orlando in 2015. New Fantasyland is a magical place. It's the largest expansion ever to the Magic Kingdom, the most popular land at the most popular theme park in the world. And of course, I'm wearing today's hottest theme park accessory. This is our new Magic Band, our guest key to unlocking the magic. The Magic Band serves as a virtual park ticket and provides access to all the Fast Pass Plus selections that guests make on My Disney Experience. It's part of a great new way to enjoy a Walt Disney World vacation, and you will be able to experience it for yourself when IPW comes to Orlando next year. Our guests expect a lot from Disney, and with good reason. For more than 90 years, the Walt Disney Company has enjoyed a worldwide reputation for innovative storytelling. Here in Central Florida and throughout our sites around the world, we have an extraordinary team of creative and talented people who uphold that reputation at our Disney destinations and on our cruise ships. They are our Walt Disney Imagineers. One of them, Pam Rollins, is standing by right across the walkway at our newest attraction, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Pam, over to you.
Thank you, George. The Seven Dwarf Mine Train is a family coaster that take you through the gem mines of the Seven Dwarfs. And we do this by reproducing iconic elements from the classic animated film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The Seven Dwarf Mine Train will open in spring 2014, and what will make this attraction so unique is the actual mine trains. They are mine cars that sit on a cradle and pivot back and forth as you bank your turns outside of our rolling hillsides. Now the Vice President of Parades and Spectaculars for our Creative Entertainment Division, Steve Davison, will tell you about another exciting opportunity and new experience at the Magic Kingdom Park.
We're so excited for guests to see the new Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade. It features a lot of your favorite friends from the new Fantasyland that have created their own floats, and they're taking them out into the streets to celebrate new Fantasyland. What's really wonderful about the parade is that it's epic, it's huge. It's probably one of the biggest parades we've ever created at Disney, and the scale of the floats is fantastic. One really special moment in the parade is we have put Elsa and Anna from Frozen, the new Disney animated feature, into the parade, and I know guests are going to be excited to see that. I think one thing that's very special about the parade is just the beauty and the epic nature of it, and I think it's truly something that everybody needs to come out and see.
Now let me introduce to you Imagineer Diego Perez. Diego's going to tell you about some other new things on the horizon throughout the Walt Disney World Resort.
Over at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park, Walt Disney Parks and Resorts Worldwide has joined forces with filmmaker James Cameron and Lightstorm Entertainment to bring the world of Avatar to life. Now, with its emphasis on living in harmony with nature, Disney's Animal Kingdom is a natural fit for the Avatar stories, which share the same philosophy. Guests will experience the wonders of Pandora when they fly with the Banshees and explore a rich natural environment with mountains that float and bioluminescent plants that glow in the night. Construction is currently underway, and Downtown Disney is undergoing a multi-year transformation representing the largest expansion in its history. The renamed Disney Springs will double the number of shopping, dining, and entertainment experiences and feature an eclectic and contemporary mix from Disney and other noteworthy brands. Drawing inspiration from Florida's waterfront towns and its natural beauty, Disney Springs will include 4 outdoor neighborhoods, interconnected by a flowing spring and a vibrant lakefront.
Well, I hope you're all as excited about our new experiences as we are. On behalf of all Disney cast members here to serve you, Mickey and I can't wait to welcome you to Orlando next year. We invite everyone at IPW to come out in 2015 and show us your Disney side. And now, George, back to you.
Thank you, George. I love everybody with the name George. It's just kind of hard not to. But that was fun. That was fun. You can see constantly evolving, always something new. You can see what's ahead for IPW when you come to Orlando next year. So there's actually more to see and do in Orlando for sure than there was in 2010, a lot more. And I'm now pleased to share with you that when you arrive at IPW next year, you're going to be greeted, of course, with some very warm, nicely comfortable warm temperatures and some very sunny skies. But of course, where have we spent the last 2.5 days but in a convention center? And we're going to host you in our newly renovated convention center. Not that the convention center is not pretty new as it is, but we're still doing more for it. The Orlando Orange County Convention Center is really often recognized as the #1 convention center in the United States. And it's currently undergoing a pretty significant capital improvement program that's upgrading everything, from curtain walls, lightings, restrooms, and a lot of technical improvements. So as good as it's been, we're putting a lot more into it to make sure that the experience of a major show like IPW will be strong. Okay, so now we want to end with what we would hope you'll agree is the biggest news of the day. And you will be the first to hear it. And you might be thinking, I think I know what he's going to talk about. But today I am very proud to announce that Orlando had a record number of visitors in 2013. Thanks to the continued investments that you saw by our tourism leaders, several of which are with us here, a lot of the members of our theme parks and other attractions are here. We have great support from our elected officials, industry partners, and I got to tell you, from very strong global marketing and sales efforts of the Visit Orlando team. Orlando is again, officially, the most visited destination in the United States with 59 million visitors. So we're very excited. This is a huge number. It continues to reinforce what we believe is important, that this is the place we want to come. And we have had that good fortune, and we continue to be number one. So thank you very much, all of you, for being here. Thank you for sharing this time with us, for keeping up with what's happening in our community, and for your support and friendship. We are excited about all the great international visitors that come to Orlando, and we're very much looking forward to IPW next year. I'll be around the room if you have any more questions, but thanks for being here. And keep the confetti on you for the rest of the day.